Now, though, I want to take this mailbag situation to you, and you can go ahead and tell us what you think of this. At 237, it's text 35270 if you rather. She says, here's the deal. I hooked up with my boss. We hooked up a few times before he was the boss, but now he's been promoted and is my direct supervisor. And yeah, we have hooked up since then. I'm wondering, for people who have maybe been in this situation, is it in my benefit for me to mention this to his boss or to our HR department that we've done this? Or is it weird since we're not like dating? We're not a couple. We've just been together a few times. Call us friends with benefits, maybe. Does anybody actually know the answer to this? I don't want advice as to whether or not I should have done this. He wasn't my boss when I did, so it was nothing. And yes, we did it after he was my boss, and I don't care. I just want to know, how do I handle this in the workplace without having it bite me in the A? What do I do here? Don't use my name if you could, but if you want to call me something, my middle name is Charlotte. So for Charlotte, she has done that. She's crossed the bridge. She's already decided that her and the boss were going to do something even after he was the boss. For her own benefit, does anybody know? Is it in her benefit to mention that to somebody?
I'm not sure if, well, because it's happened in the past, but is it still happening? Is it going to continue to happen? And I think that's another thing. If it's going to continue to happen, that's something you should talk to him about and say, hey, do you think we should say anything to HR about this? That it started before, but at the same time, I think it's always good to kind of watch your back and maybe just tell HR, let's say, like, you know, this was before he was my boss. Things did happen, but it's nothing serious. It's not like we're dating.
I will say it doesn't strike me as I don't think he's the best person to ask for advice, because I assume that he would want to guide you towards not saying anything, right? Because he just got this new promotion. He didn't want to look a certain way. He'd probably be leading towards you not saying anything. I think you gotta ask someone that's not him.
You don't think, though, he would want to cover his butt because he just got this good promotion?
And just so you know, we were doing this before I got this job. I gotta imagine there's people that either you work in HR or a company, this kind of thing has happened before, or maybe you've been on either the boss's side or the other person's side before. 237, it's text 35270. Maybe you're watching the Facebook Live video but don't feel comfortable commenting your situation there. You could just message us, I suppose, too. Inbox us on Facebook. What do you do now after you've already decided, well, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this with the boss? 237, it's text 35270, Twitter, Snapchat, at Y94 Playhouse. And for clarification's sake, just so we got the bullet points here, they were doing this before he got the promotion. Then he got promoted, and they've done that at least one time since then. And so it did start before he was the boss, if that matters to you. What does she do with that now? Is it in her benefit to say something to somebody? About 8:20 in the morning with the weekend. Take my breath. Y94.
I saw the fire in your eyes.